Julie Strain plays an uncredited role as a windsurfer in this opening montage. Hope you enjoyed that fun fact, because she does nothing of note. The montage changes tone and gets distracted by another pair of windsurfers who are in need of some rescue. The music choice makes Mitch and Numi's reused footage seem super ominous. Yeah, swim away, girls! Swim away as fast as you can! Did these windsurfers just fall over, or was it something more diabolical? Perhaps a mysterious wind with untold magic powers? Baywatch wouldn't use that plot, and also twice. That'd be stupid. Meanwhile, Baywatch celebrates the return of a beloved character, Destiny!
CJ, why would you think I'd be excited to see Destiny again? I'd never be her friend, especially not on my hugely successful spin-off show. Never!
As Destiny points out, there's an astrological alignment, because of Mars and the moon and whatever. I don't know, it's a bunch of bullshit. But basically, everybody gonna get horny. Yes, this is what they've gone with for the plot. What astrology has to do with the wind, I don't know. It may be a separate cosmic entity altogether. This plot is needlessly confusing. CJ has remembered her new agey roots, and is thus totally in tune with Destiny's prophecy. Mitch, however, thinks it's a bunch of horse apples.
I know you helped me win the Iron Man competition with your hippy-dippy freak powers, but an erotic wind? Pfft, this is the real world, Destiny. Come back when you've got something useful for my PI/lifeguard business.
I guess part of this red wind thing is guys being overly aggressive, even though we never really see that, because who knows what this plot really is. So Destiny wants to warn everybody and ensure peace. She holds a tarot card reading to find someone to lead her circle, and the winds send her a sign. Baywatch, can you chill for like 2 seconds?
My breasts have spoken. We shall have an annoying subplot of sending good vibes out into the world.
Have you got enough beer there?
Dude, I told you he should have brought more.
I was being facetious.
Of course there's not enough beer, you idiots! If I still know what the word facetious means, I'm not drunk enough.
Anyway, more boobs. This is a mysterious woman from Mitch's past who alludes to knowing him but doesn't fess up how. Who could this puzzling woman be? I'm gonna spoil it, she's just some lady he rescued in the past. It's not that exciting. And she's in love with Mitch, but her jealous fiancé is none too happy about it.
I love Gatorade! Wait, was that seriously Geraldo Rivera?
Baywatch has cast a lot of people who are not actors, and Geraldo is the least among them. Not since the notorious clown show that was the Al Capone Vault special has Geraldo Rivera been involved in such hilariously misguided television. It's beautiful. But I mean, at least he was honest about his performance?
Acting, well, I guess you could call what I did acting. Being with you for that performance was one of the highlights of my professional life.
He's not playing himself, by the way, because he couldn't show off his acting chops if they did that. He is Albert Romero, the nerdiest of the nerds, and he's here to fuck Mitch up.
Oh, that's annoying.
Don't tell me to calm down. You calm down, Mr. Ripplepex.
Mr. Ripplepex? You take that back, you son of a Mitch!
Mr. Ripplepex?
Stupid.
Mister, I found this in the water.
Where?
Over there.
Stupid.
Wow, this is fantastic. You really have everybody thinking peace.
Stupid. This episode is kind of comedy heavy. Can't we weigh it down with a tonal whiplash plot about a drowning girl? Caroline is stopped by a frantic father on the beach who tells her his daughter is submerged.
Let's get physical, physical. I wanna get physical.
Alright, this is a job for the big boys. Why don't you get back to your weak subplot, CJ? I'll handle this.
After a long search, no one can seem to find the girl, and Mitch starts to get suspicious. I mean, no one saw her go under, and how big could the ocean be, am I right? As he goes to file the missing persons report, the dad mysteriously disappears.
He was a ghost! I knew it!
In a light-hearted twist, the father nearly dies, and it turns out his daughter drowned a year ago and left him a broken and disturbed man. Anyway, let's not talk about that plot anymore.
Oh, hello. What do you What? Oh, I'm sorry. This is a public beach. You're not allowed to do that here.
We never had sex on the show. You show me one show where we got people going to bed together.
Just to recap, we've got a story about a horny wind/astrological alignment, a former rescue crushing on Mitch and her jealous fiancé, a grieving father, and Gatorade. Why does Baywatch alternate between repeating the exact same plots and cramming 3 episodes worth of insane things into one? Former rescue girl reveals to Mitch that he saved her 11 years ago, and she's come to the beach to see if he'd make a better boyfriend than her fiancé.
Typical. I get this all the time.
I still don't know if I love Albert for himself or if it's just because he looks like you.
You think he looks like me?
You take that back. This has gone too far.
Sure, he looks like Mitch, but she doesn't think he's got the same creamy filling. She calls him a cowardly wimp. But I mean, he's starting fights with Mr. Ripplepeck, so I don't know how true that assessment is.
To the death row! To the death row!
Okay. To the pain. To the pain.
Clearly there are some issues with this engagement. Albert's fiancée is always comparing him to Mitch. She doesn't love him for who he truly is. Luckily, Mitch Von Malibu knows the formula for a good marriage. Change everything about yourself! Via montage, he's gonna teach him how to become his double and save this sham of a relationship. David Hasselhoff is pulling some killer reaction faces this episode. Mitch's lessons in becoming the Mitchiest you can be appear to boil down to don't run like a dork, wear cool sunglasses, work out, and have a flagrant disregard for safety.
Bad job at that fake combing.
Whoa, he even put him in his trademark jean shirt and Baywatch Night's Adidas jacket. Mitch is really committed to this. I've got spectacular news, folks. And that's that we get not one hilarious montage involving this plot, but 2! Their plan to make Geraldo Rivera into Mitch Buchanan is predictably a failure, for who can measure up to Mitch Von Malibu? So Mitch goes to plan B. Act like a colossal b-hole. This is, without a doubt, my favorite Baywatch montage of all time. It's 2.5 minutes of Mitch just acting like a complete dick to this woman, and it's one of the greatest things I have ever seen. Choosing what clips to highlight here is like Sophie's choice. I have to stay within fair use limits, but it's just so delectable. Mwah! 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 Some of my favorite moments include using an entire dispenser full of napkins to blow his nose, paying this man to put her in a scary ride and just letting her panties fly out in the open, flinging an entire ice cream cone onto her chest and mopping it up with straws, and spraying her in the face with a water fountain while laughing like a madman. It's hard to believe the show could be so good to us. Looks like we can close the book on this one. She is definitely off the Mitch Express after this.
You're better than I ever dreamed of.
But I wore this douchey and confusing necklace today. Curse my good looks and charm.
Albert just wants her to be happy, so he gladly gives her away to Mitch. This gives Mitch another idea. Up the douche factor with meat-related metaphors.
I mean, why should she settle for a hamburger like you when she can have steak like me?
This might be slightly out of character for Mitch, but I do believe he has a meat hierarchy.
I mean, I can understand you wanting an imitation Mitch. Every woman should have one. But you don't shop for one at a garage sale.
That sounded pretty in character, though.
Yo! Flat butt! Cinch up that belt, your pants might fall down!
Flat butt was the last straw. Mitch can be a D-bag to her, but not to Geraldo Rivera, the perfect angel. She drops the hero and gets with the 0.
I'm steak.
That wind thing sure went somewhere, didn't it?
It sure didn't.
Next time on Baywatch, Mitch gets another love interest. Meanwhile, Eyebrows joins a volleyball competition and Garner sings the blues. It ain't easy being cheesy.